Hi-oh! Hey everybody, this is EonShikeno, back with some more Starcraft 2 commentaries. Today we're going to be looking at a ladder match going on between VTgiX. It's going to be our Zerg player over here on the left side of Shattered Temple. His opponent, as you can see already there in the chat, is going to be LiquidSheth, our Zerg player on the right side. So ZvZ here on Shattered Temple. We're automatically going to see players spawn here cross map, so we're not going to have the overlords peek into each other's base, and then almost every time both players go for like a 15 or a 16 hatch and then followed by a pool. So that'll already make the game a little bit more interesting, because whenever that type of situation happens, it seems to be just, I don't know, just not as much fun going into it, because it's so planned out going on into the game. But anyways, Gix here, a pretty good North American player, North American Zerg player. I've seen him play myself quite a few times. I've even done a tutorial video on his ZvZ. He likes to do this 14, let's see, what is it, 14 gas, 14 pool, and then he likes to get speed real quick, and then throw down an expansion at about 20, make 4 lings, and then put the guys back on gas, throw down a baneling nest, and then go for some speedling, baneling action really fast. So he might do that this game. I don't know. It's a good possibility, but there's a lot of things you can do in ZvZ. And depending on what Sheth does and what he scouts, he may do something a little bit differently. But Sheth going for a, that was like a 15, 14. That was pretty quick there. But no, this game Sheth is going to go for, or sorry, Gix is going to go for the hatchery first. Then Sheth is going to go for the more aggressive build. So let's see here. What is he going to go with? He hasn't seen anything yet. He hasn't scouted out his opponent yet, but he can only be in one location over there on the far left side of the map. Guy is quickly going into gas. And gas first for Gix, so he wants to get that speed out there and throw down that spawning pool pretty soon. So we're going to see Sheth here more than likely start applying some pressure in. Gix is going to have to defend it. Gix is going to have to throw down maybe some spine crawlers, maybe even deny speed once he sees that the hatchery's not down, and then throw up a baneling nest just as a defensive measure, because whenever you're defending and your opponent has speed, speed isn't as important as I think banelings are, especially if you expect banelings coming. If you have spine crawlers and defensive banelings, you can usually hold off a speedling pressure. So speed isn't as necessary in this situation, especially if you get your gas after you get your pool. But in this situation, we saw Gix get his gas first, so he might have enough to do both. We will see. He's got about 100, so he'll be able to get speed. He may just get speed anyways. Yeah, he's probably just going to go ahead and get speed, even though he hasn't scouted it out yet. So, transferring some drones over there. Actually, no, just 2 Zerglings out across the map. And Sheth throws down his own expansion, so he just wants to get a little bit of map control. And there's the baneling nest. So, Sheth going for a little bit more aggressive version of that build I was just talking about that I saw at Gix do. And we're going to have to see Gix have to save some drones here. He's going to lose one right off the bat. Nope. Yes, he's running. He's trying to migrate. Oh! That was really slick. If he would have managed to throw that down to a spine crawler, that would have been very nice, saving it there. Reminiscent of old Warcraft 3 style night elves saving their wisps. I still have like these images in my head of a death coil from the Death Knight, like flying through space, and it's coming right at the wisp, and the wisp is just like Moonwell. Those are always great to see. So almost got that spine crawler down. Otherwise, I mean, it wouldn't even really been that big of a waste if he actually built it. He could have canceled it, but I think in this situation, it's a smart move to get it down anyways. There's a lot of units here coming from Sheth, and now he sees a Gix, I should say, just saw all those Zerglings coming out across the map, so he's going to have to play defense. If his baneling nest is so close to being finished, he's going to have to start getting some banelings, but I don't know if it's going to arrive in time, because Sheth is right at his door. The Queen's out here in the middle of nowhere, and she's going to start tanking some damage, forced to back up. Queen's going to try and get on the ramp. Baneling's morphing there on the ramp. Sheth is going to go for it. He gets a free Queen kill, and the Baneling's going to do some nice connecting. No! Actually kills 3 guys there, and now quickly Gix trying to microwave from that baneling. Baneling's trying to get some damage in there, but Sheth just has quite a few units here. Let's check the work count. 22 versus 9, so Sheth with a really big lead. Huge hit there, and actually both players trading him quite well. So more Zerglings coming out here for both players. Both players just doing heavy on the Zerg production, the Zergling production. Gix is just going to continue to do this until he can stabilize and start throwing up some extra drones. But a Baneling's going to hit there. Nope, Sheth's going to micro away. Micro the Zerglings away just in the nick of time. You really don't want to spend 2 Zerglings for a Baneling. I don't think that really transfers as well whenever you're playing defensive. I like to get at least 3, then I feel better. More Baneling's going to go up here, and Sheth still continuing the pressure. You can see back at his base, there's just a stream of Zerglings coming out across the map, And ZvZ is just doing his best to defend this. Both players making a couple banelings what they can afford. And it looks like ZvZ has actually pulled guys off gas, so this attack is going to stop here pretty soon, unless he's just going to keep doing until he runs out of gas. Yeah, he just made a couple more. And we see that ZvZ is still mining gas. He hasn't pulled any guys off gas yet, so some more banelings dancing around here. Zerglings running away, 2 getting on those guys, and wow, ZvZ miking the banelings to the back there. And ZvZ is just, ZvZ, I keep calling him ZvZ, I don't know why I'm doing that. But anyway, he's just trying to stay away from those banelings while dealing damage. These banelings are going to come to a head. There we go, banelings. It's like a train coming straight into another train. Oh, that was a big one right there. He's got about 7. And now the worker count, or the unit count is 19 versus 14. It's just changing so quickly, but it looks like the lead is still for ZvZ. He's just pounding on the number of Zerglings here. And he's put some guys back on gas, so he still wants to continue, excuse me, still wants to continue this. But ZvZ is doing a pretty good job of defending this as we speak. He might want to throw up a spine crawler, but he just doesn't have enough money to do it. If he could have got down that spine crawler from earlier, it would have paid off pretty well. But just look at this trade here going back and forth. Both players seems to be so even, but it looks like ZvZ is going to win there. He had the reinforcements show up there. Managed to hold it off 2 banelings here in the back, but still, I mean, this production tab has been nothing but Zerglings and banelings for the last like 2 or 3 minutes here, and the baneling wars and the Zergling wars are just continuing this game, and he needs to watch out. Oh no, that trade didn't go so well there. But anyway, some more Zerglings coming in. ZvZ is gonna get a couple more free drone kills. He's gonna get 3 drone kills there, 1 at least. Gonna get a second one. Nope, doesn't get the second one. Let's check the work count while this action is going on. 15 versus 16, so still very close here for both players. More Zerglings streaming out across the map. ZvZ is not one to give up. He's going to land another inject there soon, so he hasn't missed too many. Only missed like 1 there just for a couple seconds back here in ZvZ world. Does he even have a queen? Oh no, that's right. He lost both his queens earlier to that attack. So still here in the middle, just Zerglings going back and forth at it. And look at that, ZvZ sneaking in some drones right now. 4 drones going to sneak out. That's going to give him a little bit of a lead in the economy. That'll put him at 20 versus 15, so ZvZ will have a little bit of a lead here in the Zergling count. Now, will he realize this and will he continue to apply the pressure, or is he just going to fall behind? It's really hard to tell whenever you've been going back and forth this long with the Zergling attacks, banelings back and forth, like, all right, has he started droning yet? Or, you know, because 4 drones, after you've been fighting this long, you kind of lose your train of thought, like, all right, is he ahead? Am I ahead? What's going on here in this situation? Those drones have got a beat on those Zerglings, but ZvZ is running straight forward. Big connect right there. 2 more banelings in the way. He's going to run straight to the back, but he's only pulling 3 Zerglings. I like that to take out the 1. He needs to watch out. Oh, nice connect there from both players. And now ZvZ is going to fall back home. But LiquidSheth making 14 more guys on the way. So ZvZ managed to fit 4 drones in there. And you can see how, like, where the fights have taken us. All these fights used to take place outside of ZvZ bases, outside of ZvZ expansion, but since ZvZ decided to go for those 4 drones, you can just see how much that matters. Just those 4 drones made the tide of the fight go back in ZvZ's favor. Trying to run away from those banelings. There's so much micro going on this game. More banelings being morphed here. ZvZ is just going to continue the pressure, and ZvZ throwing down a spine crawler. Some trading going on there. Some more banelings just going to try to get to the back. There's not that many workers back here, not that many kills. Zergling's going to go and try and get us around. Nope, they're going to get past that Zergling, going to get up into the main, and this is bad news for ZvZ. Banelings taking each other out. Spine crawlers up there, but there's Zerglings into the main. The banelings are trying to land some big hits there. Oh, big hits there. Oh, so that really hurt ZvZ. That degraded all, or negated all those drones he got out earlier. So ZvZ just kind of running around, going to try and snipe some more drones. Let's check the worker count, 12 versus 15. So the lead is in ZvZ's favor. Multiple attacks here, more attacks on the front. Another queen goes down, and ZvZ is reinforcing now. So ZvZ is on the defensive now. He's trying to squeeze in 2 more drones, making some more banelings. Queen, finally a queen coming out for ZvZ. And there has been a lull in the attack. Not anymore. It's back on. Both players, they had a chance to breathe. Now they're going to go back for it once again. ZvZ is just like running away, and ZvZ is like, well, she's like, that's interesting here. I'm surprised ZvZ just didn't continue to apply pressure. Just kind of a baneling dance going on here. Guys trying to trade 2 or 3 Zerglings for 1 baneling. Continue the pressure. Almost got a big hit in there. Didn't get that one, though. So any more tech come from both players? Nope, none at all. More drones. ZvZ trying to make 4 more drones, trying to squeeze out a little bit of an advantage here. Get back in the game. Let's check the worker count. 24 versus 15. Whoa, how's that even possible? When did ZvZ just make so many workers? He's got a very big lead here, and he's making 2 more drones. ZvZ is just continuing to make some Zerglings, so if ZvZ starts applying some pressure now, he should be able to get in here and deal some damage. Let's check the unit count. 16 versus 26. So GiX, I'm saying his name every single way possible this game, has got a big unit lead. 25 versus 19. Oh, another big hit there, and he might be able to take out the spine crawler. Yes, he's going to take it out. Queen didn't have enough transfuse, and now he's going to fall back. That Baneling got very close, and they're dealing some damage. But this worker count, 27 versus 15. The longer this goes on, the better it gets for Sheth. He can trade armies, all game with the worker lead. And now that there's no Baneling, oh, actually there is a Baneling. 2 more spine crawlers trying to be built for Sheth here. He's got the worker lead. He's going to try and capitalize on it, but GiX really needs to apply some more pressure back into the main, deal some more damage, snipe that queen maybe. And Sheth has been doing a pretty good job of defending this. It's up to GiX now. He can either continue to just keep applying more and more pressure, or he can start also transferring himself into more drones. And it seems like he just wants to apply more and more pressure, trying to end the game right here. More Baneling's going to go for a trade. Yep, going to go for a trade. That does favor Sheth, though. Every time there is a trade, now GiX sees an opportunity. He's going to sneak on in there. Queen is going to chase up the top of the ramp. Yes, but there's more Zerglings, and so many Zerglings in the main here. He's going to be able to take out that Queen. Yes, he is. But there's a lot of Zerglings here from Sheth. And there may be just enough here from Sheth to save it along with the Queen. I don't see GiX dealing enough damage here, and that was a really bad engagement there for GiX. It's kind of funneling into that choke point. And Sheth managed to hold this off. I thought it was going to do more damage there. He didn't even get the Queen, but more units running here, more units reinforcing. But there's just too many units here from Sheth. GiX is forced to retreat. More Zerglings on the way, but plenty of Banelings and 2 spine crawlers. If we can see Sheth move those 2 spine crawlers up a little bit forward, he could actually have a really nice front there. More Banelings, more Zerglings from both players. 2 Zerglings just busting into those Banelings. I don't know who's more of a kamikaze, the Banelings or the Zerglings that try to kill the Banelings. Think about that one, guys. That's kind of like who's stupider, the person that made the stupid decision or the person who followed the person making the stupid decision? If that makes any sense at all, what I just said. But it did in my train of thought. But more Banelings now. Sheth. Now, oh, that was a big one right there. Got like, what was that, 10 or not? Well, 10, like 7 or 8, I think. Overlord's hanging out here in the main. Sees a Roach Warren, sees that. And now GiX is on the defense, and rightfully so. Sheth has managed to hold off this for such a long time. He got in a couple extra drones there, gave him an economic lead, ever so slightly, and just slowly managed to get a slow economic lead here against GiX. And GiX has a lot of a lot of guys. But he's so far behind in the drones. We can see now he's trying to get back in the drone game, but it's a little too late. I think at this point Sheth has such a nice economy. He can play defense here with these evolution chambers he's just building now for walls. He doesn't even need them because he's got 1 here in his main. So if Sheth holds this, he's making extra queens. I love that extra queens do wonders when you're defending against Zergling, Baneling, and you have spine crawlers up here. Even though you don't need that many Zerglings to defend, it's just queens and spine crawlers and 1 or 2 Banelings just to hold this number of Zerglings off. You need so many more Zerglings to take this type of a composition out here from Sheth. And Sheth is even making more spine crawlers. He knows he has a really nice lead as far as worker-wise, 42 versus 19. Throw up some more gas. Are you going to see maybe a roach timing attack here from Sheth to end the game with some Zerglings, Banelings? Maybe. It's a possibility, but more Banelings coming in here. And, oh, GiX is trying to get in there to deal some damage. No transfusion. And Sheth's ability to deal damage and then slowly transition into droning has allowed him to get this economic advantage in this game, and just with some beautiful control here from both players. Each player also landing a couple nice hits, but for the majority, both players have some pretty nice control among their Zerglings and Banelings. So pretty much textbook Zergling Baneling micro this game. And so Sheth playing here defensive with some, so much nice defenses right here. There's really not much GiX can do besides try and get back in the game, out micro Sheth. But oh wow, that was a really nice trade for GiX, but I don't even really know if it matters as far as we are into this game. So Baneling going to get a couple more guys in, so that's going to feel a little bit good for GiX. Like, alright, cool, I killed a couple more guys, going to drone up a little bit, but these 9 roaches on the way, more Zerglings plus 1 on the way. Roach Warren going to go down here for GiX, and now an evolution chamber, but let's check the worker count. 54 versus 35, so that is pretty bad, but you also have to remember how long Sheth was ahead in worker count by above 10 workers, and all that time I just been allowing him to get his economy up. So now roaches heading out across the map, and you need there's a lot of Zerglings to deal with 9 roaches and a couple Zerglings. If of course Sheth is going to bring some Zerglings and Banelings, and you just need so many Zerglings to deal with this number of roaches. Speed and +1, that's probably going to be the timing we're going to see from Sheth heading out across the map here. So unless GiX throws down some amazing, like he needs to macro so hard and just throw down, I don't even know how many spine crawlers to survive this. It's going to be pretty crazy, but at this point, he has seen the Roach Warren in the main. He saw the tech, so he's aware that there's probably going to be a Roach Warren timing on the way, or at least a Roach timing on the way. coming forward. So here we have a lot of roaches from Sheth heading out across the map, and this is the Doom army that GiX does not want to see, and he sees it right now with this Overlord. He's like, all right, that's a lot of roaches. I need some spine crawlers. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any, and he loses a queen there, unfortunately. But this is just a sick army coming here from Sheth's supply, almost doubling GiX's. GiX is going to try and go for a counterattack, but nope, GG's. That's the end of the game. And I just got to say, like, the whole beginning of this game was so even, so back and forth, and Sheth just kept applying so much pressure throughout the whole game. But just the second you saw Sheth start to drone, you saw instantly the tide turned into GiX's favor, and he started reapplying pressure. He even had a really nice attack into his main, killed a couple workers, but it wasn't enough. Sheth had already got a couple more drones in there, just a couple more and a couple more, just trying to snuck them in there, and slowly transitioned into a defensive mode where he threw up a bunch of spine crawlers, the extra queens, and he just went for those roaches. So just Sheth taking a little bit of a gamble there, sneaking in a couple of drones, thinking he could make up for it, and he did. His micro, I should say, was good enough to hold off those Zerglings, and GiX just couldn't do enough damage as soon as the tide of the match turned in his favor. So hope you guys enjoyed this ZvZ. I mean, there's so much action in this game. There was like a 21-minute long game that seemed like nonstop action. The APM this game was 126, 143. I believe that. A lot of action-packed games here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for strategy videos, commentaries, you know, all that good stuff. See you guys later.